Things you will never hear me say as your real estate agent. Are you ready? And maybe you could classify these as peeves when I hear other people do them. You will never hear me use the term, "Oh my goodness, this is your forever home." Nope, that is a loaded statement. And actually, it sets the bar so high that now nothing will be good enough because we called it a forever home. Let's be honest. People sell their home an average about 7 to 10, 11 years in the United States. People keep their cars longer than they keep their home. That's a true statement. So I never, ever, 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 ever will say to you, forever home. In that same vein, another thing I will never say to you is, this house is perfect. We are going to find you the perfect home. Again, no house is perfect. In fact, we have a little talk when we do our buyer consultation about how we are looking for our 90 to 95% house. And then people kind of look at me like, and I say, because there's no 100% house. As a matter of fact, if you talk to people who built a house and then you come and talk to them a couple years after they built the house, guaranteed they will say, I wish Bill would have done this or that. It's never going to be 100%, even if you planned the house. I got more. Side note, my dad told me that these iced coffees from McDonald's are pretty good, and they are. Here's another thing you're never going to hear me say. I'm never going to say, this is a good area. This is a quiet area. Or any of the, hot button questions that people ask. Do you know why? Well, number one, we're not allowed to say. I can't tell you if it's a good area. Also, it's subjective. I don't know if it's a good area. I do not work as a real estate agent. And in addition to that, I'm not a police officer or a judge or a prosecutor. I do not know all of the things that are happening. I am just trying to keep my head above water with knowing about houses that come on the market. I don't know if an area is safe or crime, okay? So don't ask your real estate agents that. They can't answer. I don't know why America thinks that we know and we're not telling you, and that's why you get a real estate agent. I don't know. Don't even get me started. I got about 17 videos on that. In that same vein, also, when people say, how are the schools? Well, one, I truly do not know. I am not from this area. I do not have kids. I grew up in Philadelphia. I couldn't even tell you about Philadelphia schools, okay? Because I went to one school and I was a student. And no agent should be telling you about, are these schools good or bad or teacher score or standardized testing. I don't know. Now, the great news is, for those last two things I said to you, there's the internet. And the internet and neighbors and people you just meet at a convenience store or parking lot, all of those people can tell you those things. And nowadays, you can get so much more information than my parents could. I mean, I feel like my parents were I feel like my parents were like the settlers we remember seeing moving in the Conestoga wagon to the early West. All right, they're not that old. But we moved here in 1998, and maybe there were some families that had the internet, but the Grant family did not, okay? So that was kind of a time where you were like, I don't know where I'm moving. I just moved 250 miles from home. I've never seen Virginia before. I don't know. So that was a little bit different. But even then, the agents couldn't tell you that. Okay, so those are the 4 things you will not hear me say. And guess what? You may see me do another video on more things that you will never hear me say. But that's all I have for right now. I was just driving along, thought of that, and I thought I need to tell people things that they will never hear me say so that they don't wait for me to say it. Okay. Bye. Oh, I'm Sheila. I'm your savvy realtor, and I never remember to say this in any video.